And hello there everyone, welcome to today's stream. We are in X-Plane to start off today, and as you probably saw from the title, we're going to be comparing those mid-range airliners, mid-sized mid-range airliners, for example the Boeing 737 or the Airbus A320 series on X-Plane, GeoFS, and Microsoft Flight Simulator as well. So obviously we are, as I said, we're starting on X-Plane, and I think it makes sense to test out the default aircraft first. So we're going to try out the default 737-800 aircraft, and let's go. See if we're going for Southwest. We'll go for Class McCarran International. We can take off. Yeah, we'll have a little look what's going on that runway there. So X-Plane has a huge, well, not a huge variety, but it has more variety than I think any other of the simulators that we're going to be reviewing today in terms of different aircraft. So there are two lots of the 737-800. I'll look at a different version in a second. There's also a freeware version 737-700, and there is one for a 737-900, but I haven't got it working, so I deleted it. It's just loading. Slowly, apparently. Oh, wow. Well, it appears to have crashed. So we're going to pretend that it's still going, for obvious reasons. It should come back. There we go. So let's try that again. Hopefully it will work. Oh, I did it again. I forget to like not press any buttons because I do it all the time in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So watch it crash again now. Oh. Oh, hello, by the way, Thomas and Kuza. Slow chat. Come on. Hey, it's gonna load. Hello, Abdullah Teef as well. Okay, so this feels really weird. Back in the 737 defaults here, and we're gonna take you through the features of this aircraft, as I can get a rough setup kind of thing going. I forgot what the controls are. Shift 4. Okay, so yeah, we're at Las Vegas in Southwest 737-800. The default itself, as I think you saw, has American, Air China, Alaska, Delta, KLM, Qantas, and obviously the Southwest that I'm flying right now. So that's lots of liveries. Well, more than GeoFS I think has to offer, for sure. We haven't really. We'll take a look at that in a minute anyway. So I think we should maybe just try take off and see how things go. Let's go full power and see the city of Vegas out on the left. I keep on pressing the button that takes me back to my interior cam on Microsoft Flight Sim. Ah, let's go. And that's takeoff. Positive right hand gear are going up. It's not really a positive rate, but they're going up anyway. As you can see, it's so laggy. It's probably because I set my stream to 60 FPS. That would explain it. That would explain it. Never mind, we can pull this off. City of Vegas. Anyway, nice little aircraft. It's obviously the default, so it's certainly not. It's the middle ground between, you know, a good, accurate aircraft, I think, and a basic aircraft, really. It's certainly what I would use to start off flying. And I think, when I got advice for flying the next aircraft that we're going to look at, I was told that you shouldn't fly this, but to be honest, my advice is that you should, because obviously it's like FMC and stuff, that's mainly why. But my advice is, yeah, do absolutely fly this. It's good. You can obviously set up the FMC by pressing, you know, you can either press all the buttons on here or click on the screen and bring it out anyway. And you can just set it up all through here. It's pretty basic on the default 737, to be honest. VNAV and nav will work fine. We're going to pull back on the throttle and come in for a landing at whatever airstrip this is. Actually, no, we'll go back to Vegas. McCarran. Obviously, we're over Vegas itself. But, can we get some flaps? I don't know what controls I have set. Okay, we have some flaps. We're gonna get those flaps set and see if we can avoid crashing. Yeah, so I reckon it's the middle ground of inoperative you know, buttons and stuff at the top up here and down here as well. Remember that in X-Plane, you do indeed have the cabin view, the old famous cabin view. You do get air traffic control, seeing as I've pressed the button 5 times for it. You do get air traffic control. It's not great by any stretch of imagination. I'd say Microsoft Flight Sim is better in that case. But yeah, so you've got all your frequencies available there. It's a little bit more on you to do stuff, and obviously it looks that bit more basic as well. Let's come in for a very, very steep landing onto whatever runway this is, the opposite one from what we took off. Yay! Stupid descent! You can be realistic about this, to be honest. We press the gear, remember to press the button. Oh no, it's not on this one. Only once on this aircraft. You have to press the gear button or bring the stick down a notch. Flaps down. The spoilers on the back one, I think. Not a clue. Oh, buffering. Annoying. That's what happens when you try run 60 FPS. Hello, aerospace rules. This is not a very well crafted approach at all. Let's go exterior view. This is going to be really bad. Especially because I'm not used to flying X-Plane with this view at all. It's all those Australians. They're hitting like. Thank you for hitting like, you Australians, you're wonderful. And New Zealand, can't forget New Zealand. This is going to be really, really bad. Flare. Honestly, bring out those reverse thrusters as well and slamming them on full juice. Oh, okay. Apparently we aren't going to stop. What is happening here? Full reverse thrust. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Look. But anyway, it's a nice little plane for sure. Switching off that throttle then. But yeah, it's good enough. It's not top, but it's if you've just got an X-Plane, I'd still recommend using this. I would certainly not advise jumping straight in. There are FMC videos around. You can go use one of those. Is what my advice would be for you. Let's see. Do we get? Yes. What should we go for next then? We'll go for the Zebo. The Zebo. 737 will spawn in the. I forgot what has a livery and what doesn't. I've forgotten. Ryanair. Yes. I've got really too many liveries here. Ryanair means one thing. We're going to Stansted, which is spelt wrong on Microsoft Flight Simulator. So get X-Plane. Hello. WB41 as well. Apparently it's stormy in Stansted. I don't really think so. Really? We're gonna actually go for... We're gonna equal my likes. Okay, fine. Good to know I'm getting an Australian audience. Apologies for the buffer. Oh my gosh. Ah. Okay, we're gonna still load. That's cool. Anyway, 441 subscribers. Good going, guys. Keeping it nice and stable increase. I'm liking it. 450 soon. Less than a month between 400 and 450. I'd hope. I'm sure we can manage 9 subscribers in a what, week, 3 weeks. He says with his calendar still on August. It's only the 2nd today. Oh, 3rd. Oops. Wait. Interesting. It's not loading. Time to kill it. Goodbye. Well, that's unusual. Something to crash twice in a stream. Check your settings. Check your settings. That's my big advice. Let's try again. 7 likes apparently. Okay, we're gonna try and match them, are we? Oh. So you want to play that game? So we had an hour and 20. So we'd be doing That's cool. Just under, alright, 25 minutes each. Not too bad. How can I say it? 35 each. No. Don't worry about that. Ah, likes winning now. How'd you like that? It means I've already got 17 views. And that's good enough for me. Oh my goodness. Stuff is slow today. We've got to load MFS later. Eee. Load in! Hello, PBN. Thank you. 10-7. Thank you, yeah. And we loaded in. Wow. This is no storm. This is common weather in Stansted. Have you ever been? I don't think they've ever been to Stansted, because this is what it's always like. with the 747s and MD, what's it called, parked up. Always there, you know. And then Ryanair. This would usually be Ryanair all well on there. Couple of other planes along there. Ryanair behind it. Ryanair's everywhere here. That's kind of how Stansted Airport works. And the airport certainly doesn't look like that. But anyway, welcome to the 737 Zebo, which is an add-on aircraft, believe it or not, and it looks pretty similar to what we had before. In the cockpit, there are some differences. It's a lot more high definition to start off with, and I've broken the camera. And your FMC is a lot more advanced. So yeah, so we've got that to do, and we've also got Avitab, which gives you PA system, ground service options as well. You know, just everything. Checklists are all on there, and lighting and other stuff as well for cabin lighting. And you've also, in every flight, got to remember to press that button. Otherwise, your taxi will be pretty painful. Other than that, it's pretty similar. There are so many liveries for this plane. It is unbelievable. There are hundreds available on the X-Plane forums. The default ones, I believe, are American Airlines. No, just a white one. American, Aerolíneas Argentinas, Caribbean, Copa Delta, KLM, 2 Qantas, 1 Ryanair, 1 SkyTeam Delta, Southwest Fly, United, and WestJet. But I also got a load of liveries elsewhere. So, you know, I got Condor, Icelandair, Hector Aurora, Jet2, Russia, that's a nice livery. Malta, MyWay, Monarch, Norwegian. They've got loads of Norwegian, loads of Ryanair, and Air Tahiti Nui, as you've seen in the title of my videos. Look at that. We're having to fly that now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to inform you. We are flying that right now. Let's do it. Okay, so we have got wipers in this aircraft, believe it or not. Who would have... Oh, that's the wrong one. No. They're almost in sync. That's good news. Otherwise, it annoys me. Okay then, so let's see how this one performs. Turn those brakes off. Shifting. Oh, I always forget how nice this livery is. Oh. Isn't it nice though? This is the 737-800 Zebo, a freeware aircraft, believe it or not. And you're going to watch it now and you're going to see how it differs from the defaults. Yeah, boy. Up into the clouds we go. Much nicer on the animations. And those physics are nice as anything. Smooth. Even with my joystick drift, it's absolutely horrible. It's so smooth. It's hard to turn, and that's a good thing by, you don't want it to be too sensitive. My only real thing I don't like about this is when you knock the plane while it's on autopilot, it just takes autopilot off and doesn't return it back. And it can be the slightest movement, any sort of movement in any direction, and you will lose the autopilot. So if you're flying a long haul and you're just AFKing the lot because you're a rebel, away from keyboard if you don't know what that means. Then obviously you've got a bit of an issue because if you knock the plane, and now we have a bit of an issue in that the camera doesn't want to work. There we go. It's also laggy because it's cloudy. But yeah, so as I said, there are loads of liveries available for this, as well as its other aircraft, the 737-700 Ultimate, which is from the same company, Zebo, who make the the 737-700, 800, and 900 available for XP11. And that's really it in terms of the mid-range, middle airliners. You've obviously got some other freeware as well, so the Concorde is alright. And that's not really mid-range, it's just a smaller aircraft than the 747, for example, we did last time. There's a Boeing 717 and the MD-11, which I think I flew on the World Tour. MD-80, sorry. Which are kind of, they're alright. They're obviously on the default FMC. They're both pretty similar. That one's a default, and that one's a download from the forums, as are most of them, really. So, and obviously, the best small aircraft of them all, the Thikonov, yeah. Can I say that? I'm not even sure. Anyway. Yeah, and the Cessna float, obviously. I think, to be honest, that is going to be us on Flight Sim. No, on X-Plane. So let's go and see what GeoFS has to offer. Slowly and set up. What will it be? It will be the lots of people to block before we've even started, so it's going to take a couple of minutes. Nope, we're good. So I did that one. Cool. Okay then. We should now be ready to go over to GeoFS now. Hopefully that's come up. So I'm going to switch over to mouse and keyboard, no, keyboard control only. And as you can see, we are in the Mid-Sized Airliners 737-700 for GeoFS. And we're obviously in Tokyo. And there's a complete and utter mess in the chat. It's a mess. So this is the 737-700, and we have got 6 liveries. We've got KLM, United, ANA, Southwest, WestJet, and GOL, which is Brazilian. And I use that instead of EasyJet because you might not want to stream now with this. Yeah, so this is what we've got option-wise. KLM has been around for absolutely ages. And anyway, let's see what this plane is like to fly. And why I think so highly of it also. There's crosswind, which means that it's drifting out to that left-hand side. So we're going to keep it up. This is, I think, to be honest, it should have really taken off by now. And if we wing strike, that's more of a GeoFS issue than anything else. Let's go gear up. Getting a bit of a feel for this, and to be honest, I having just flown the 737s on X-Plane, there might be a lot of blocking up there, so should we have a montage? Someone make a montage of me blocking people in this video. I have a feeling it might be worth it. I think other people have already told me that. It feels, having just flown the 737 on X-Plane, it feels nicer than it. Not gonna lie, it feels nicer than the X-Plane one. Oh, this feels so much nicer. 60 FPS quality this time. What in the heck? What are they doing? Oh yeah, and also I guess you do have the GeoFS livery as well. What GeoFS livery? Yes, so it feels nice, and unfortunately you can kind of do that. So that's my only issue with it, really. You can do that. Other than that, it's pretty nice. And have you seen it with its flaps down? I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Flaps and spoilers. Look at that, over the city of Tokyo. And you see that wonderful little... Wing view is great here. Am I missing something, or... No. Wow, this is real mature. Whee! Another barrel. Oh yeah, boys. Oh my goodness. Hello there, Alvin, as well. But yeah, other than this, whatever on the front of that is, I like this more than... Oh, stop, for goodness sake. Just give up. Nobody asked for you to do that. This is what happens when I don't stream. Honestly, this is what happens. I'm not, saying, oh, it's my fault that I'm what makes the chat nice. I'm not. But this is beyond the, what is the use of this video? It's supposed to be reviewing aircraft. So anyway, yeah, that's a pretty nice little onions had onions had up to here. Let's try landing and just see how it goes. Full flaps and gear going down. You can always land if you have the 4. Press that 4 key when you're coming in for approach. 50% throttle. And even though we've got a pretty bad tail crosswind, oh my! Don't mind me losing the will. Flaring. Obviously, you'd like to keep it a bit more straight. I know the wind's behind me, so just being that bit more cautious and keeping it straight. And it can't stay straight when taxiing anyway. I've had enough. I recommend that you don't do that, mate. I seriously do. With the chat going on as well, I think, to be honest, that's a bit harsh. Doing it right in front of me when I'm looking at the chat, you know. So I'm gonna remove that, and you can rethink. Wonderful. Formidable. This is what happens when the chat's a complete mess. So that's the 737. So next up, we've also got the MD-11, which isn't great, as you can see. It's a little basic, and to be honest, I think reviewing it would be a little bit of a waste of my breath. Obviously, this is now community contributed. This is an Embraer. It's probably more basic than the McDonald's. It's, again, pretty basic. 757-200. Now, I have words to say about this one. We're going to try land it on an appropriate runway. Not this one. I want to try land it on the other side. There we go. It's a lot better. Putting those gears out and flaps as well. And as you can see, it's rocking in a direct headwind. Oh my goodness, and we're going to crash whilst on final. What on earth is this? That's it. I think coming to GeoFS was a stupid idea. And to be honest, I'm very close to not coming back. Please don't make me leave. Anyway, let's try landing again, just to prove the point. Wow. You know what? I really don't feel like doing this anymore. Flaring, or trying to, because it's a 757. Look, this is what happens when you're trying to go down because the plane is too light. Smack. Boing. Smack. Direct headwind. Pretty simple little. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, 757 is a right on. This now, we're into LRX territory. Let's get our mojo back, guys. I mean, obviously that landing clearly wasn't anything you'd see on this channel. So, this is a start now. We're getting into somewhere good. A321neo, as I'm about to get rammed by an A380. As I was saying, wow. I've never had anything like this. Never. Anyway. 321neo. We got off to a rough start, I will admit that, and it didn't catch my eye, but now I've come to like it a little bit more, and oh my gosh! Oh my. I might actually have to stop, I'm not kidding, it's reaching a point where everyone is just being really annoying. I mean, as if that wasn't before, you know. It's reached a point where apparently there's an MRP war coming. If you MRP guys are listening, don't war or I will not be streaming in that time. That's quite a simple thing. If they start a war, roleplay war, I am not going to bother streaming on GeoFS. It will be me wasting my breath talking about how many people I'm blocking. As I'm doing today. But anyway, let's talk about aircraft. Sorry, it's a bit of a rant today, isn't it? These guys, you know, keep our spirits slightly higher and perhaps something. Anyway, that's our landing. It's rather successful. We did alright. No great job or anything, but pretty good. I think even the people who wouldn't usually do anything is doing stuff because they've just lost the will as well. Shout out to anyone who's normal. 737-800 now, as requested. It looks slightly like they, you know, filled in block colours of just the things they, you know, just everything that moves. So the spoilers, spoilers, no, that's brakes. Spoilers, flaps, as you can see, are the only things that really move, and then the top of the wings, I guess, and the elevators and trim as well. So. Ailerons as well, and of course the back. It just looks a little bit bitty. I've never really got on with this one. Let's have a go anyway. It's the only American Airlines, and let's represent you all for a change. I know I don't do it very often. I don't really acknowledge my American users, so there's a reason for that, and I think it's, to be honest, explained through how many people I've blocked today. I promise I'm not going to talk about that anymore. It just gets to me. It's your favourite. Wow. I never got on with it. It's a little bit temperamental, as you can see. It's rocking a little bit more than it probably should do. And I think that's an issue personally, and that's why I'm much more tempted by this. Oh, by the 737, and whoa! If this happens, I'm trying to recover this. I think we've lost it. Right, I've had it up to here now. That's the first time I've actually switched off the chat because people were genuinely being, like, the majority of people are out of order. Explain the word 11. But, okay. In conclusion, that landing failed because it isn't as good an aircraft as the 737. Now we are in the CRJ900, and as you can see, it's transparent, enough said. What else do we have? I'd say that's it really, or GeoFS. So let's do some flying around in the mean of the CRJ. We'll go to somewhere in Germany that's not going to be busy. For example, like, suits me. I don't see a runway. Okay, there. Okay, so it's just spawned us in the middle of the airport. That's really good, guys. We'll spawn on the other runway. I think we're going to be slightly better off in the CRJ, which, in this case, is exactly what it stands for. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Boing, it's bouncing all over the runway, and no offense, the runway is pretty bad today. Look at this. What's it doing? It's just disintegrating. What on earth? Rotate, we're at 175 knots. Oh my god. I hate rear engine. No, I don't hate them. I just wouldn't prefer them so much, and we are already in the big steery. You're not the only. Whoa! Put it up. Put it up. I think we might be going. I think we might crash. Just a suggestion. I think we're going to crash. Wee boing. What about? Oh, the max. We forgot the 737 max. Let's take it off from. Let's take it off from here. That was certainly interesting. Hello, Andre. You know, I know Swiss as well. I don't like personally, but I know who he is. I don't watch because I think that, to be honest, the content needs a little change up. It's the same old all the time, and we are going to wing strike, or strike the engine, or go back down towards the ground after takeoff. This, I think, is LRX's not good aircraft. It's there. Yeah, it's there. Not the best, in my opinion. This is LRX, isn't it? I'm just gonna. No, it's not, is it? It is LRX. Yeah, I remember you. You were here yesterday. Or yeah, you were here yesterday. I'm not gonna forget you that early. You know, Cirrus Vision. That's not in this real category of what I'm trying to fly today, to be honest. So, no, sorry. 737 Max 8. It's a little bit temperamental, isn't it? It's certainly no 737-700. I should point out that there are a lot of planes in development at the moment that people are trying to get onto GeoFS. I really, really much doubt that they're going to make it. But those are the Airbus A220, 320, 318, 737-900 even, 737-900. What else is there? There's loads in development. at the moment. But I somehow doubt all of them are gonna come on. Yeah, explainer is already done. Let's do a barrel. Let's do a loop the loop if we can make it. We're going over here. I think. Yep, we're going. We're now inverted. Can we stay inverted? I don't know. Go inverted. Yay! I think we're gonna do it. Okay, no we're not. No we are. Come on, pull up. Pull up. Do it. Yes. 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 Yes, lads. Inverted 737 max. Let's go. Okay, let's try and land back at Leipzig. Leipzig. Whatever you call it. Someone German tell me, how do you pronounce that word? That town name? Not that. That. I'll get Google Translate if you want, but I mean... It's not in the category. I want to follow what I said I'd do in the video. Okay, apparently we're over the airport. Oops. I somehow think we're not going to be landing this on any airfield. That's one thing about GeoFS that I don't like. It's roll physics. If I'm now pressing to bank left, and we are banking left. I can do the reverse of that, and it will also do the right bank. That's the one problem I have with its. I guess that's a physics engine thing, isn't it? Really. I did explain already. Yeah. Check at the beginning. Let's roll over. Whee! Anyway, I think it's time to move on from GeoFS, to be honest. That was certainly not an experience I wish to have again, guys. So if you were in that mob, please don't do it again. Moving swiftly on to not X-Plane. Why did I open X-Plane? Now it's going to take a year to go away. Thank you, close the program. I'm not doing Cirrus. I already said that. We're now going to wait for the game to open. Cool. We're now on a black screen. Seriously, I wasn't kidding about the GeoFS thing. That was pretty gruesome. In the chat. Come on. I would recommend not. It's opening. It isn't in the mid-sized airliner category. Why is it being so slow today? Come on. Come on, Microsoft Flights, and open up. Open up. Do it. Oh my goodness. I will. Right. Looks like we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Mm-hmm. Can you use YouTube at 8 now? If this crashes, then I'm gonna finish the stream, guys, because FA18. What now? I don't understand what that is. Oh, cool. McDonald's. We like McDonald's. Could be Carnage. I'm assuming it doesn't have any not now. It's probably payware as well, to be honest, at this stage. And I'm not getting payware, so I'm sure that I think someone sat on their keyboard. It's a fighter jet. Yeah, I figured that out. I checked. Is it? I'm assuming it's just download, really. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. 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 Hello. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. It's not payware. Well, I can't get it now anyway. I'm also streaming, so I'll look into it. But I also don't like flying fighters for a very good reason, and I don't want to be. I think that will be Carnage. Look at that weather. Obviously I've been flying Avianca for IBAA, which has a link in the description to it. So if you want, as I say every time, go check that out. And yeah, you can go check that out and go join. It's Discord and the online as well. I don't know what we're gonna. Oh yeah, I do know what we're gonna find. So stupid today. So A320neo on Microsoft Flight Simulator. We have got rather a lot of liveries. Can you not spam, please? Thank you. So we've got Delta, Saudia, Air China, Ferrari, which Raymond likes, Aegean, Air Canada. Just did a couple of default liveries. Airlines, Argentinas, Air Berlin, Dolomite, Bhutan. That's Paro all over it. Condor, EasyJet, Kiribati, Pan Am, Spirit, Thai. There's absolutely loads. I'll kind of just flick through them slowly. There's loads. Alitalia, LATAM, Red Bull, Old Lufthansa, which is the Bear, JetBlue, British, There's loads, absolutely loads of liveries available, but I'm going to choose let's go Wizz Air. That's a little change. So we'll fly another London airport, Luton, and see the comparison between the two. I'm going to do a video where I set up a flight plan and actually do a full flight on on Microsoft Flight Simulator as well, with the FMC going. So that will come soon. Maybe a stream, maybe a Saturday video, I don't know. But just a heads up, I do return to school tomorrow, so there will be some gaps in some days just because I won't be able to get home on time. So I'm going to record some backup videos over the course of the next couple of days. What are my specs to run it? My specs are I have 40GB RAM, a GTX 980, and an i7-6820 HK. So we're only going to set the departure and we're just going to head out nice and quickly. It's going to be really busy, so I'm just going to switch everyone off. Live weather conditions, and let's go. Let's see how the weather differs. That's also another thing, but also how the plane works and whether it's better, because he likes to think that Microsoft Flight Sim has got it right with this Airbus A320. Also, if you do have Discord as well, you can go check out my what's it called, the YouTube Discord server. Oh well, there's a video I think about oh no, don't worry about that. I thought that was about specs, but I saw a video. It was almost like, I think there was someone who had it on Xbox, like a tester or something, I don't know, maybe it wasn't, but they were looking at what specs the Xbox, the Xbox Series actually have, and the Xbox One S has really, really low specs and can barely run bottom level requirements for running the game. So to be honest, unless you've got the top Xbox or the new one coming out or whatever it is, I don't know when it is, but unless you've got that, you shouldn't get it. How can it even? It can't, exactly. Yeah. Its specs are way too low. Way too low. Who would have thought? What a coincidence. Anyway, welcome to Microsoft Flight Sim, obviously. We are in the Wiz A320 McGlitchermus, Luton. And it's an alright little plane, isn't it? It's so much nicer. Look at it though. Look at that. How nice is... I got some really nice pictures flying over Brazil and the other day over Mexico in Avianca, so I'm going to add those to the intro and outro bits later. Obviously, we've got the air traffic control feature here again, which is lovely. You can set your own flight call sign, flight number, pick the runway back on that planning page. Let's see how the 320 performs though. The new Xbox One. Yeah, I don't mean new as in how long ago you bought it. I mean as in new as in, is it the top version? Thank you for subscribing, Santiago 2006. This is a bumpy runway. Welcome to Luton, my friends. We're airborne. It's certainly a little jumpy off the ground, I'd say that. Obviously, I've kind of learned how to deal with that, especially, and also with the patches that came out the other day. I think it was yesterday actually on this the game. That it feels so much nicer to fly all of a sudden. Do North Bridge, perhaps. I know, I'm sorry. I started the stream with 60 FPS, so it's my own fault. I'm sorry. We're just gonna hand flying around. Why not? Heading south then towards London. Xbox One S. It won't be running on an Xbox One S. I'll tell you that now. And if it does, you'll be running low graphics. That's my advice is not get it on an Xbox, if possible. If absolutely possible, get it on a PC. Or laptop. I'm running a laptop. Everyone's like, oh no, you're running really high specs on your PC, you know. I bet the box gets really hot. No, I burn, you know, it's really hot on the top of there. Like, you don't want to hold your hand down, sort of thing. But over the Arctic and countryside now in the 321, it handles nicely. Apart from it's sensitive, but maybe that's a 320 Neo thing. I don't know, but it feels rather sensitive. I know, but this is it's very cloudy. There's no breaks in the cloud, I think, anywhere in the UK really, so. Is there any flexing for PS4? I don't think. I'd say a joystick's pretty much a requirement if you want to fly on Xbox One. You could fly using your Xbox controller, but to be honest, I wouldn't recommend that. Having done it on X-Plane, it is not nice. It's not a nice thing to do. I'd rather fly with a half-broken joystick, to be honest. Lots of traffic, but it feels nice. I'm just going to get above the cloud level for you guys, because it starts to lag slightly less down up there, so maybe we can get some. But no, PS4 is lagging behind. It's lagging behind in the flight sim department, and they need to sort it out. We're just coming in over central London. What on earth? Mushroom cloud going up. There, London Centre it is then. Sorry about the lag, guys. Yeah, basically you could use an Xbox controller. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but if you're going to get Premium Deluxe, you need to make the most out of it. You know, I would be more tempted to get the bottom version and a joystick, and you probably will end up spending less, to be honest. Very close to that EasyJet up there. 2274. It should start a little less lag now. Obviously, we're still quite close to these clouds. It's so cloudy. Right over central London in a minute. I know, that was my own. But it's stable. I'm hand flying this, obviously. I'd say it's definitely a little generous on the power. It should not definitely be going 330 knots at it shouldn't be going 330 knots at whatever we were, 15,000 feet for sure. It depends if your computer can run it better. But to be honest, if you're going to run it on an Xbox One S, right over central London there, basically immediately over. What's the no-fly zone under 3,000? I think so. We got fine over there. No.
London Centre Wizz Air 112 is type Airbus A20 and 7 miles southwest of London City, flight level 185.
So this is me going total power.
Transition Charlie Airspace.
Obviously I did slow down for a split second.
Wizz Air 1123 London Centre.
So that's how kind of that's how I kind of slow myself down if I'm flying. But the bank angles are really nice. It's almost impossible to go inverted.
Squawk 2463 Wizz Air 112.
Seriously.
Wizz Air 112
And all of the deliveries that I've got are really nice. They're not the big 100 pack. I personally I looked at them and thought they're not as good, and they don't look like they would in real life. So I think there was a British Airways livery. It literally just said British Airways down the side of it. I mean, that's just not it's not worth it. If you're gonna fly in a game that's supposed to look perfect and feel perfect, you get the good liveries. And there'll be more. I'll have more. It will happen. But anyway, should we travel to... No. It just feels nice. It's a bit of a problem to land, I'm not going to lie at all about that. It's difficult to land as a plane, and oh wow. Screeny!
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet, keep speed below 220 knots. Expect ILS runway 27 right approach via Lehman Alpha Mike transition. Clear to Lehman Alpha Mike Euro wings 2464.
Look at all those pictures. Look at the pictures that are coming, guys. They're gonna be on the start finish screen. You're gonna love it. Let's try just to make my point and go inverted. Why not? Please use the JetBlue. I don't think we're going to use any more liveries. I should think we'll call it a day after this. See? It's impossible to go inverted. A sign of a brilliant plane. Can we use our spoilers to try? Nope. What about flaps? Overstress. Exactly. You can't do it. It's brilliant. To be honest, I think we're going to call it a day there, to be honest. I've said to be honest too many times in the sentence, to be honest. So thanks for watching. Sorry about what happened on GeoFS and my rant about it as well. Tomorrow I was planning to do a GeoFS video. So that will be decided minutes before, depending on how they're going to be on there. I will answer that question shortly on a text. But thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, as always. Oopsie. Oopsie. I just jumbled up all of my things. No! Streamlabs! Anyway, bye.